Yeah, so basically just, I don't want to go too much on about me because it's not really about me, but I do run a platform called The Capsule. So the first thing is please go and check out and follow if you like the stuff. Thecapsule.ldn on Instagram. And yeah, I have a YouTube with podcasts and all that. There's some of the guests are already on the podcast, hopefully going to be on the podcast. So yeah, and then obviously we're here to talk now. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks you guys for coming. I know that I know you guys all and your dance and stuff, but maybe everybody doesn't. So maybe we could do like a quick, your name, who you are, and like maybe how you describe what you do. Because it's easy to be like, oh, you're a popping battler, but maybe you're going to see yourself as more than just that. So maybe a little bit about who you are and your movement practice, let's say, and then we can go from there.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. Okay, so I'm Soyuz, popping dancer from France, especially Bordeaux. I don't know if you know the city, the red wine and stuff like that.
Really? No, I was there.
Oh yeah, because I don't know like a lot of French dancers from Paris, but so now I say no, it's Bordeaux. So yeah, I'm popping dancer, and I think for me it's just like a hobby. It's not. I'm not for me a professional dancer. I don't live with dance.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I really like dance. I dance a lot, so yeah, but it's my hobby. I'm a web developer engineer beside that, and for me dance is just a way to express yourself, and I find balance with engineer. It's for the brain, and dance is for the body, you know. So it's how I do my things, and for me, I will use my coding stuff and I will reuse this in my dance. So yeah, it's like that I practice popping, you know, because popping is structure and things like that. So for me, it's related with IT stuff. Yeah, that's it.
I prefer my dance.
That was good. Yeah.
It's what you asked. Do you want to say something more? Hello everyone. So my name is Philippe Almeida. I'm from France, but people call me Physs. I'm a hip-hop dancer from Paris, France. And what was the question?
How you would describe yourself as an artist?
I try to pass on the culture through different media, the creative process, the transmission, how we can pass on the information in general. I view myself as a cultural passer. So what I got from my elders, and and what I pass on to the new generation through different media. And last, it's also creating a space of expression. It can be event, it can be talk, it can be workshop, it can be different forms of where we can meet and exchange and create also a dialogue between what we do and what we can share together. So I'm happy to be here and to share with you today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jilou. I am a breaker from Germany. I have pretty much done everything when it comes from the most commercial until the most artsy theater pieces with people running around naked and ham all over their body. So I've had the experience in everything. My main goal as a dancer and as a person is to break boundaries, to find out how we can use certain outlets to reach certain goals, which doesn't mean, okay, the most basic would be how can I use my training to become the best breaker? But then on the other side, also, how can I use a voice that is given to me as an athlete and as a dancer to change something about myself or to change something maybe even in the world? So I'm still on the journey to find out how to use that voice. But yeah, that's my mission.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. I'm from Greece. I'm a professional dancer. My style is based on waving. but I like to describe myself as a freestyle dancer. So I don't want to put myself, let's say, in a box or have any label. But yeah, at the end of the day, waving is my base. It's what I teach, what I do. My goal as a person and as a dancer is to help others through what I do to connect with themselves. So to find a way through art, and in that case, dance, since this is what I do, to find a way to be like, okay, how can actually dance get me one closer step to the inside rather on the outside? Yeah, because dance is very personal. And I feel like, it's a beautiful journey to get to know who we are through what we do and to heal and be better people in general and then better dancers as well. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here as well. And let's have fun.
Cool. Thank you, guys. So, I mean, I guess with the questions, it doesn't have to be everybody that answers. It can be if you think you have an answer, or maybe I'll just pick some people. So I guess with all of you, you have different, let's say, like expressions with your dance, you know, like Soyuz, you're saying like it's not your profession, but you have it as like a hobby. And then maybe Alex, you're more like teaching and this type of thing. So how do you balance like your artistic journey, but also with the like realities of like, okay, I need to make money, or there's pressures of maybe I need to be big on social media or these type of things, but also, you know, you still have to take time to develop what you are, especially now in this type of world. It's easy to forget that. So did you find that hard, or is it something that you found techniques to help you find balance? Whoever?
So I have been in the professional field for a very long time. So for me, it was always the question, I don't want to dance for somebody, and I don't want to sell out my soul. I don't mind selling out what I stand for or selling my skills, but I don't want to sell myself. So I did everything, and I did shows where I had shorts where I really didn't feel comfortable with. So at some point I was just like, okay, let me set boundaries. Let me set certain boundaries when it comes to my outfit. Okay, I always need to feel good about my outfit. That was one thing. And then at some point I was like, okay, I do a lot of choreography, but I feel like I'm not the best choreography dancer. So why am I doing a job that somebody else could be doing better? So from that point on, I decided to just take jobs where I said, okay, do I get a solo? Yes? No? No thanks. Okay. So setting boundaries really helped me to become a happy dancer and to become a confident dancer with knowing that I stand on stage for my own skill and not for something that somebody else wants to see. I think that really helped me.
Yeah. And sorry, just a follow up on that is like, do you find that these boundaries that you set, sometimes it like costs you money because you're not getting money from certain jobs, and you have to say, okay, I need money, I need to live, but this is more important?
There definitely have been some jobs that have been very well paid that I had to say no at some point. In the end, if you become an artist and you stand for a very specific thing, then there won't be any other artists standing for the same thing. And I think at that point, you can set your price higher, because then you can say like, hey, you want to book Jilou? Well, then you have to book me. You can't book anybody else. But then you have to stand for something. You have to have your boundaries. You have to have your art, what you're selling in that moment. So I think that moment, if you know that you stand behind your art, and if you know that, then you know you're unique. And that's when dancers in general can set their prices a lot higher. That's the problem that I see with choreography and commercial, because I've been dancing for German rock stars. I've been dancing for some international names. I think here in the UK, Cascada is a name. Yeah, I've been dancing for her. So, and then in these moments, I never really felt like I was doing something. I just felt like there's Cascada, and she just wants a little bit of entertainment around to just make her look better. But that's not what I stand for. So, doing jobs where I feel like that my skill gets honored and my skill is actually what it is about, I think that's something that really made me happy. So just a little example is, I think I watched the not Peruka, but, this big festival. There was Beyonce. There's a whole documentary about her performance and her dancers. And then
Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella, exactly that one. And then, am I right? She had Little Twins as a solo act.
Yeah.
And I think this is the goal for all of us dancers, to have Beyonce say, I'm a step back because these guys do it way better than I do. And I can't perform while they're performing. So I think as an artist, this is the goal for me. And that, when we talk about money, is the moment when you can raise your price.
Yeah, I saw them at the Beyonce concert in London, and yeah, it was like she went off stage to do a costume change, and they had like a 5-7 minute solo on Beyonce stage. And for me, I was like, I've seen a lot of concerts, I've seen a lot of dancers. I was like, they're holding the stage as much as she is, and I was like, fuck this. I was like, damn, like this is not easy. Like I've been in the audience, I've been on not that big stage, but this is hard, and it's like nobody else can do that. It's not just, oh, let's throw a dancer. It's them that can do that, and it's like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, other guys have any answers of the balance between the artist life and the realities of the industry, I guess? No.
Yeah, you said a lot of good things, actually. But yeah, I think that there is a paradox in the dance industry. It's like what you said. You have sometimes have to sell your soul if you want to dance for someone. But the thing is that people want to find real things. So if a dancer sells too much the soul, people will be like, I don't like this dancer anymore. So there is a paradox. If you want have money, you have to give a lot of things from you. But if you want to be, I don't know, like famous or just dance for yourself, maybe you will not earn a lot of money, but yeah, like people will, yeah, you will not earn a lot of money, but maybe you will be a better dancer. So there is a paradox like that, I think. So it's because of that I prefer to have another job, like what you said, a coder, and like that I can just dance for me. And the weird thing is that when I started to think like that, I earn more money with dance. So it's why it's weird, but actually is because I just dance for me, and I think people can see that it's just how I feel, and I don't dance for other people. So yeah, and what you said about the social media, I think this is a real war, because this is really hard. I don't know how you guys can deal with this, but with Instagram and that. And I'm thinking about hire someone to manage my Instagram account, because it's the same thing. When you too much in social media and you think too much like how I can sell myself, I think you can really lose your creativity and your dance. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question that's maybe ignorant? Do you feel like you like blew up a bit more after Summer Dance?
Yeah.
Okay, and is this like a really, from here to like on social media and stuff, it was like a big jump?
Yeah. If we talk just about statistics, I was maybe around 2,000 followers, and now I'm more than 10K or something like that.
Wow.
And I started to receive like 100 messages per day. That was crazy. That's great. I mean, I'm okay with the situation, but sometimes I'm like, hey, keep calm. I just want sometimes just wear my headphone and just dance in my bedroom, please.
So do you feel a bit like since then? By the way, if you don't know the context of what we're talking about, there's a big dance competition in Holland called Summer Dance Forever, and this man won the popping, the last edition that just came. Yeah, he won the popping. Fucking great job. It was very good. And yeah, so just to fill that in. So do you feel a bit more like a pressure to people expect you to be like oh, now you're this, you must be like the dancer we expect. Like you must post the videos, you must do the workshops and all the battles we expect of you and this type of thing?
Not really, because maybe if I didn't have my job, maybe I would think like that. But now I'm like, okay, I just have more opportunities, you know? People like, for example, here, maybe if I didn't win Summer Dance Forever, I didn't have the ability to be here. So I'm really happy to be here. Yeah. But yeah, there are people, I received some message like, you don't deserve it, and for the battle, I will something like that. Yeah.
Like dancers that wrote you that?
Yeah. Yeah, really. But it's not like famous dancers, but yeah, the game is like that. The game is like that, and but I don't. Yeah.
No. Say it with the mic.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not the game.
No.
This is ego.
Agree.
This is ego. And this has nothing to do with dance, but it has to do like who you are as a person. What do you do with your life and who you are? How do you stand for what you believe in? Like, how do you perform? Like, how do you show up for yourself and others? Like, how can you just like find the, I don't know, like this is too audacious. This is too audacious for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
that
like,
somebody
I think
would do that.
there's a level of like competitiveness. Okay, like this guy is the new guy. I want to battle him. Like, of course, it's normal, but it doesn't mean that people need to take you down to do that. It's like you're amazing. Like even me, I would love to battle you, but it's like not because I think you're bad. Like I would love to battle you, but it doesn't mean it's like you're amazing and I want to also be amazing or be seen alongside. Or man, if I beat you, it would be a highlight of my career. But it doesn't mean like to pull someone down. So I agree with you. Like this is not like for anyone listening, this is not like a normal way to speak to people. Like just so you know, and like don't let I think also what we agree is like don't let the competitiveness make you a bad person. You know what I mean? It's like be competitive, but also you can be a nice person and celebrate people. Man, I'm sorry you had to have that. So Alex, seeing as you have the mic, I guess, you know, also this is maybe something, it's nice that you guys answer this because the question I have for maybe you and Physs is, if you're passing on, you know, with your art, you're passing on a lot, and I know you guys teach as well, but if this is something that you guys specialize in and you care about to pass things on, what aspects of the dance or the culture are like important for you to pass on, like with your students? Like, what's the stuff that it's like, okay, this is the stuff that you play around with, you create, this is the stuff that I need to give you because maybe you're not gonna get it otherwise, or it's important for me that you understand these things. It can be about the dance or the culture or however.
So for me, it goes like this. Whenever I teach someone, like, you know, foundation is the first thing. Like every dance style has a foundation. Everything that you learn, like in life, has a foundation. Yeah. So you can go on without that, like, or you can have that before you have something else, because you're actually not gonna have something else if you don't have the foundation. Yeah. So let's say like you come to a waving class. The first thing you're gonna learn is an arm wave. And with that, you're also gonna learn history, you know, because we pay dues we respect the culture and where that came from. Like whatever knowledge that I have and that I learned, I speak. I say that, you know, because people need to know this is not mine. Like the arm wave, it's not mine, you know. So this is the first thing for me. And then what I do is for waving specifically, yeah, which is a style now that the last 2-3 years began to consider to be its own style, because we always thought that waving is under the umbrella of popping, but now that's separate.
Just to say, this is one thing I love about you and Callie is like you being, I love specialists just to watch, and as an artist, I'm like, I love that you take one thing and really go with it. But yeah, just wanted to compliment you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's like that. It's a different, and some people get confused, you know, how you are not considering waving popping anymore. Well, if you go to a battle and you just do this, for example, you're never gonna pass the pre-selection because you're not popping. But maybe if you do this, then maybe, yeah, you have more percentage of, like, you know, more possibility of like passing a battle. So how can we consider waving being popping when we're not popping, when we're not using the technique of popping, you know? So anyways, after that, you take the technique and you create with your own mind. So my mindset is like, if you're hungry, I'm not gonna give you a fish to eat. I'm gonna teach you how to go fishing. So you eat forever, you know? So this is it. I give you the technique. I give you some guidance, but I'm never gonna show you moves. I never teach choreography or routines or something like that. Not because it's bad, it's just like my way. I'm like, you think for yourself. And I never answer to questions as well. I make you answer your own question. So, yeah.
And maybe the same to Physs? So like which parts of either the dance or the culture, which is the important parts for you to pass on to the students, and which parts for like that they can explore themselves?
Yes. As nowadays you can blow up in different ways because there is a full exposition on social media that can help you to go from 0 to 100 like that. What is really interesting to consider and to keep alive, and for me it's really important when I pass on, is how I can transmit the passion that I had when I started. And what I tell them is always remember why you start to do it. What did motivate you to start to dance? So when I exchange with the students, I always try to bring this to the table, and to also to mention references and to pay also tribute to the pioneers. And also to every time I'm sharing a kind of specific technique or general technique, foundation or whatever, I try also to make the link with the reference, whether it's cultural, historical, social, political. I try to make the link to make them think that what we do is not just forms or shapes, but it's rooted from a will to say something. If we really look deeper, the Zulu nation was born because of a call and a response to a society. Or if we look like at any kind of artistic form that we recognize nowadays, since long time, capoeira, martial arts, or anything that can be cultural and artistic, it's rooted from a will to express a certain way. And this is what I try to bring every time when I share or when I post something on Instagram. As Jilou say, we have a responsibility because we are a voice. So I try every time that I post something, it has to come along with the intention. D'accord? So I know the power of social media, how it can be devastating, but also how it can be inspiring. But what makes the difference is the intention you put in it. And this is what I try to keep to myself in order to spread to the people who look up to me or to what I do. Yes.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, you have.
It's really short.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not rushing.
Sorry. Just confidence, self-love, and empowering authenticity.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice, lovely answer. Okay, so obviously today we have the qualifications for tomorrow, and you guys are all guests, so tomorrow you will be in the exhibition battle. I wanted to just go for a bit more like some practical, maybe some advice for people. Obviously they have to maybe dance with you or against you tomorrow. With battles, let's start with qualifications. Is there stuff that you think about when qualifying? Of course, you guys are all of a certain level, so your skills are kind of a base when you start. Or maybe, earlier on, was there things that you started to develop where you're like, okay, I need to always remember this when I'm qualifying, or always remember this when I'm battling, ways to perform, way to respond, or things that like practical things that would help you to do well in these environments? Is there stuff that you can maybe offer to some people that might be dancing today?
Yes, I spoke about it earlier in the workshop. So every time what I try also to apply to myself is every time I have to do judge demo or qualification, pre-selection mode or practice, I try to every time think about these 4 parameters of movement. Is what timing I'm dealing with, speed, acceleration, slow motion, whatever, but how I deal with the time, space, my energy, and my weight. Where do I put my weight when I dance? So I try always to keep that in mind when I do prepare my move or when I'm doing my move in the moment. I try also to be aware of the mood of the room. and also to go in the center and to give my best. Voilà.
Thank
Simple.
Maybe that's a little breaking specific, but in my case, I would
That's
say
fine.
that's a strong foundation, something to be remembered, and don't look down, look up.
Nice.
Don't look on the floor.
I like how concise your answers are. Like really prepared.
Me, I haven't I haven't battled a lot in my life.
Oh,
you know,
really?
I've won battles,
Yeah.
but it's not like something like these guys, like these three.
Okay.
The experience that they have, but I feel like when I step into the cipher, or when it's time for me to do pre-selection round, I want to be there, to be present. Like I'm stepping in and I'm like, hey, watch me, but without doing anything. It's just the intention of the energy that I put out, and it's a healthy confidence of like, hey, I'm here now, I'm gonna dance, and you step into that with this, then it's gonna help you stay centered and stay grounded, so, and also remember that whatever you're gonna do in a pre-selection route or in a battle is not gonna be something more than what you do in your practice. So what you do in your practice, in your own or with people or in sessions, is the same way you're gonna dance in a battle. So you can't go into a battle and expect to give 120% when you give 100% on your practice. Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, for me, it's how you think about the competition.
Yeah. How did you do it?
Yeah, I think it's about the mindset. Like a lot of people think that competition is like, it's like what I receive like message, like you have to destroy people, you have to win, you have to be like a warrior, you have to, and I don't think so. The real competition is it's with yourself. Like, okay, this is the environment, this is the music. Okay, we have this, we have the judges, and everything will give you the way of thinking, but it's just for you. It's not like, okay, judges will be like, okay, we prefer this one, or a lot of people think about that with the competition, and this will kill your creativity when you dance. It's impossible to dance as a freestyle dancer if you think too much about that. So for me, the competition is like, okay, I think about just myself. I will just bring my shit in the battle, and that's it. The competition is just with yourself. You compete just with yourself. So yeah, I think is that.
Nice. Yeah, I think me and Physs were talking earlier about being unique in the battle, and I think this is something like, I think with all of you guys, when I saw your dance, it's like you're really not like anybody else. And I think like this is something for me. I've always thought the people that are at the top, they're not clones of somebody else. They really became themselves. And even if it didn't work at first, they keep staying on that, and then they become, themselves. Is there something that like you guys, is there something that's important for you in terms of your style? Like, I wanted to be the person that's this. Like, I wanted to be the one that, like, maybe, I don't know, for Alex, like, I want to be the one that pushes waving and creates something, and nobody else is going to have like the waves like me. Or is there something that, like, one thing that you stuck on, or is it more just, I want to dance how it comes naturally? You go first. No.
Okay. So like I said, when you feel the music, when you have different environments, if you're in other countries, you feel different things. And this is how I would do. I would not just stuck on one things or just one skills. For me, dance and technique is just like a toolbox where you have a lot of different tools, but it's just to express something that you feel. That's it. Like, it's like what you said about waving in a battle. If it's what you feel in that you can express something with your skills, you're a good dancer for me. I mean, it's the core things. So for me, it's just feel the things around you and dance with that. That's it. Yeah.
I can go first. Okay. I think in my case, I've always been some kind of a rebel, and I mean that goes for everybody. But I think especially for women, we always get told how we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to behave. Look nice, sit down, be quiet. And I've always been some kind of like, nah, I don't want that. So I used to be a gymnast. So in gymnastics, they tell you how you have to perform. I didn't like that, so I became a breaker. In breaking, I always heard like, oh, B-girls, they're always slow. So I said, okay, let me be fast. They always said, okay, B-girls, they don't do like a lot of tricks or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me do more tricks. So I was trying to like kind of not really fit into the box, not really fit into what people expect me to do. I like to kind of like break those like gender roles or like, because the moment when people started saying, oh, Jilou's always so nice, you always smile, I was like, okay, let me learn how to do burns, how to really chop off some heads, how to really go for this. Just, of course, like these are my strengths, but on the other side, I can even get stronger working on my weaknesses. I don't know, I just really like to do the unexpected. And yeah, like maybe we're having this panel discussion today, and then next year you see me doing a completely different style. I mean, I took this popping workshop today, so who knows? Maybe next time I'm going to be in the all style group. I don't know. I just really like to do the things that are not expected, because also people told me back then, like, Jilou, you know, doing all those like female things, like those nice like cute things, that's never going to make you win. And then at some point I found out, but that's what I was known for. That's what stood out at the end. So I think I would just encourage people to not really listen when people give you too much feedback, because again, like we are given feedback so much, like on social media. Yeah. Like I barely can post a story with a backflip where nobody tells me, you have to jump higher. Where I'm like, okay, cool, got it. And you heard that 100 times.
I think one thing that like for me is I learned as well is like, it's one thing if it's somebody in your inbox who is nobody and they're just some guy behind a keyboard. But this is a lot harder when it's someone you respect. When it's like someone that's an older dancer or other dancers you'll think, and they're telling you these things, and you have to say, they won a lot of battles, but they're wrong.
That's one thing. Yes, there's a lot of people, and we all have respect for the elders, but at the end, we have to realize we're becoming older, we're becoming the elders too. So by just following the elders, we're not going to bring something new to the table. So yes, we respect them, we take their foundation, we learn from it, but at the end, we're a new generation at some point. And with the new generation of OGs at some point too.
Exactly, and if we don't bring something new, the new generation's not going to have anything. But yeah, thank you. Alex Physs?
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people will tell you something. Like I also have sometimes like people texting me like on Instagram and saying, oh, you should do this more with your waves. And I'm like,
who are you?
I don't even know how to, I don't respond. And the reason why I don't respond is because, why are you telling me this for? Like, what good does this bring me, you know? Or like, if I wanted to do that, I would do it. Maybe you should do it, you know? Like, I mean, what am I supposed to do with this, you know? And what do I want to say? I forgot the question.
I think I forgot the question too.
I remember. So my thing is, I just wanted to, it sounds cliche, yeah, but I just wanted to become better than myself. So at some point I was like, I don't care about the battles. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you say or what you do. Like, I just want to be better. I want to get to a point where I watch myself dance and be like, damn, you know? And that happened. And for me, that was a success, because this moment came before dance became my profession. So, you know, everything else after that point led me to dance becoming my profession, you know? So things went like that just because I had like no expectation, but from myself to reach somewhere, you know, because I've already reached my goal. And now that I'm there and I'm happy with what I am, like, and what I do, then I can also share it with others, or like people are more like interested in the dance, because like we've been talking about the last like hour and stuff. It's like the personality and who you are, and this radiates, like people see that, you know. At some point you be like, okay, because I have people telling me, oh, the way you dance is actually the way you are as a person. I'm like, yeah, like that's me, like
And that's the
I
goal.
yeah, exactly. For me, yes, because like I cannot dance something that I'm not, because this comes out in a way, so yeah, it was just that, but it was just like my mindset, because everybody like starts dancing and we all have insecurities, we all have like self-doubts, or like being like, no, I'm not good enough, I'm not gonna make it, or what's wrong, like one day at a time and one question at a time to yourself. Okay, why do I feel like that? Because if you are shy to get into a cipher, the dance is not the problem. Is something here, like you're shy because, I don't know, you have like something, like there's a trauma or there's something behind it. You're not shy because you don't want to like dance. You could be the best dancer in the world, have so many skills, and you could still be shy to dance in the cipher. This has nothing to do with dance, but healing here, then it can help you also with like how you move. Yeah.
First, it's like there's nothing.
They say everything, so I do share what they say so far. Maybe what I can add is watch out who you listen to. Make sure you put your trust first in the person you listen to. Don't listen to everybody, because not every feedback is good for you or fits for you. And most of the time, the feedback they give you, it's for them. So you have also to be careful with this. And also is how you build your confidence. And this takes time. It's not easy at all, but definitely you have to value yourself. And one more time, you have to know why you do this. And remember why you come to dance. It's really important to always have this reminder. And for the rest, yes, it's a long journey, because I don't know how old they are, but I'm 43. And 20 years ago, like we told in the podcast, we were doing this just for fun, just to be together. But far from us to imagine that 20 years after, we were still keep doing this on a higher level, Yeah. So it's work on that trust, but on yourself, value yourself. And this, it's every day that you, like a plant, je sais pas. Voilà, arrosez vos plantes, quoi. Right. Pour the cup. Yes. Voilà. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I would love to carry on for hours, but LB was giving me a signal to. But hopefully, like, we can continue with some podcasts after, if you have time. So thanks everyone for being here. Thank you for the guests for everything that they said. And if we, I don't know how much time we're going to have to do the podcast, but if you want to listen to this one or any others, it's going to be on thecapsule.ldn, Spotify, YouTube, everything. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. Good luck to everybody competing, and see you in there.